Okay, it's becoming fairly self-evident that growth is slowing because of the virus, and we'll soon see it in the numbers. The IMF says global growth will fall as the virus. However, the fund is assuring members it stands ready to assist. Meanwhile, its spring meetings, I beg your pardon, its spring meetings are virtual. With me is the Managing Director of the IMF, Kristalina Georgieva. Managing Director, what does that mean that you're having virtual meetings?
Well, it means that we are going to connect with our governors via VC or a telephone connection. We would have exactly the same meeting we would have had if they are right here in the room. We will cover the agenda topics, and I can guarantee you the focus would be on how to boost the economy in light of the coronavirus outbreak.
How concerned are you? You've been around this sort of stuff for a very long time, in the sense that how concerned are you that we really don't know the full effects? This is not over by a long chalk, and we're already predicting lower growth.
Well, we are concerned, and this is why this morning we had a call with our governing body representing our 189 members so we can discuss what we have learned in places that are ahead with this epidemic, and what is it that we can collectively, in coordinated manner, do, focusing on, first, spending that boosts health systems, second, targeted fiscal measures to affected businesses and households, understanding this is both a supply and demand shock, and third, the IMF stepping up $50 billion made available for emergency assistance. And by the way, we tested through a phone call, a virtual meeting can work.
So, on this question of what you can do now, monetary policymakers have already had their go, and we've had some dramatic cuts in rates. But really, you want governments to start spending healthcare first, but you want them to open the spending books.
We believe it is absolutely critical to act with a sense of urgency on beefing up the capacity of health systems everywhere, and I'm particularly worried about countries with weak health systems, so they can protect the lives of people and reduce suffering, and also reduce the spread of the virus with active measures. And we also want to see measures that are positioning a response to what might be a deeper impact on businesses and households.
Are you starting to think about global recession? How likely is it that we could see a global recession?
What we see today is a great deal of uncertainty because we don't know how long this outbreak is going to be. What we do know, however, the financial system is strong. The investment made over the last 10 years is paying off today. And we know that there is a much higher awareness of the necessity for coordinated action. That gives us some confidence that we are not going to see liquidity shortages, for example, for credit lines. And therefore, we would be able to build a bridge between now and when the outbreak is over, that softens the impact on the economy. To your direct question, we are looking at different scenarios. A more adverse scenario would mean a deeper impact on growth.
If you had to say between 0 and 10, where 10 is you are really concerned to the point of emergency, where are we on the Kristalina Georgieva scale of worry?
I'm on a scale of action, Richard. I'm thinking of what can we do so fewer people suffer and the economy comes through that stronger. And on that scale, I'm on 10.
Brilliant. You skirted that magnificently and you took us. Thank you, Managing Director. It was an unfair question and it got the answer it deserved. Thank you, Managing Director, for joining us from Washington today. All right, as we continue, Joe Biden has given the market a boost. Look, that beyond, make no bones. Oh, by the way, I dropped this earlier, and you really cannot just leave it because it's just a penny after the break.